We need to start having a very real conversation about how private equity has made its way into veterinary care. I've lived in Oakland for 13 years. The amount of money I would have paid to get my cat's teeth cleaned in Orlando, Florida prior to 2012 would have been like $500 to $600. And I know that's an unfair comparison given time and inflation and the different cost of living, but the cost of getting a cat's teeth cleaned in Oakland right now is like equivalent to what it would be cost to get like major dental surgery on myself. I have been quoted anywhere from $1,800 to $2,700 to have teeth clean and extraction done on a cat in Oakland in the last 6 to 8 years. That was prior to private equity buying up my veterinary clinic, which I have been going to for 13 years in Oakland. Of course, there are other places that I can go to and find, yes, of course, yes. But I was fortunate enough to get a lump sum of financial aid at the beginning of May and take my cat, who was dealing with muscle atrophy and weight loss and early onset osteoarthritis symptoms, to the vet to get her properly diagnosed, blood tested, senior panels, all of that. And I spent just shy, like penny shy of $1,000. That included, for all intents and purposes, it wasn't a bad deal. Like, she got her care, she got her in office medications and her RXs to take home. But in the last 24 hours, she has been vomiting nonstop. I don't know if it's a reaction to one of the medications. I don't know what's going on. But last night my baby started throwing up blood. And I can't afford to take her to an ER vet. And anybody that knows anything about ER vets knows that their prices are like on a fucking different scale. And they put you into a position, which I have been in thrice before, where you either have to pay or pay to put down. And even outside of that, like, my vet does not have an appointment for a regular fucking walk-in exam for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. So your only option is an ER vet. And they are going to they're going to put baby in a corner and they're going to say, pay up or put down. And I'm not here to shit on ER vets. I know they have one of the hardest jobs in the world, but we need to have a very real conversation about veterinary prices, the cost of veterinary care, and private equity buying up veterinary offices. I am very fortunate that she has stabilized over the last 6 hours, but I don't know what's going to happen over the next couple of hours. I don't know. I literally thought I was going to lose her last night. And I can't even afford to pay my own rent. I'm not going to be able to afford to keep my phone on next week. And I don't know how people are having children. I God bless you. I don't know how you're doing it. Because I have to start a GoFundMe. I have to start a GoFundMe and ask people for mutual aid to keep my phone on and to help me take my baby, to the vet, and to help me stay housed. At 42 years old, am I embarrassed? Am I embarrassed? You're goddamn right I am. Not because I've done anything wrong, but it's still embarrassing. $98 just to walk her into the vet. Not the ER vet. Just to walk her into my normal vet store is $98. That includes they're not gonna, what, I might as well set that fucking $100 on fire. So people, what are we supposed to do? We're just supposed to watch our babies die slowly at home and suffer it slowly at home? Is that what we're supposed to do? Is that what we're doing? Let me say this again. I could not afford to euthanize her if it got bad enough. I could not even afford the cost of euthanasia. And you have how many tens of thousands of pets and animals in Gaza? Animal advocacy groups silent. Imagine the same thing is happening in Sudan. The same thing is happening in the DRC. The same thing is happening everywhere in this country. How many tens of thousands of domestic pets are put down every day because people can't afford to keep themselves housed, let alone take care of their pets. This is not acceptable. This is not fucking acceptable. I already don't have internet. I have to keep my phone on so I can job search and use the internet, or I can walk her into a doctor's office for them for me not to be able to afford to even do anything that they say that she needs, or she dies at home and suffers, possibly. It's just like, this is absurd. This is untenable. This is unacceptable. We need to demand better. We need to dream bigger. We need to, like, protests aren't it, bitch. Protests are not it. We need to get incendiary with shit, because I've already made many a mental health video on my page about, do you know how many people stay alive, whether they be housed or unhoused, because of their pets? Do you know how many unhoused people are only getting up in the morning every day because of their pets? We need to start really having a very important conversation, and I know speciesism is not something everybody is ready for, and I know speciesism is one of the last isms, and I know we are all exhausted, but we need to have a very important conversation sooner than later about how we are going to create mutual aid for veterinary care, because this shit is unacceptable. It is unacceptable that I scroll for even 2 minutes on this app and I see hundreds of domestic pets across the country that have been just euthanized for no good reason, other than nobody has the fucking kashish. Nobody has any fucking kashish. The one fucking evil in this world that would make things... Are you all hearing me? Am I screaming into the fucking ether? If my baby dies at home because I could not afford to even euthanize her, I'm signing off. I might just sign the fuck off. Because how... We need to start having very real conversations about veterinary care in our liberatory practices, because a lot of us are here because of them, and they deserve better. They deserve better. The pets and wildlife of Gaza deserve better. The pets and wildlife of this entire planet deserve better. And private equity is exploiting all of us, and it's exploiting our fucking pets.